yoga tutorial. Honestly, yoga has helped me a lot with stress, anxiety, and pretty much all the problems that I've been facing during this pandemic. Not only the pandemic, but it's something that I like to go to just when I'm feeling really low, or if I need something to jumpstart my day. Yoga is the perfect go-to workout slash stretch. So today's yoga tutorial is really good to do before a workout, even after a workout, or to simply jumpstart your morning and get things done. So another thing that I want to be really honest about, guys, is that I am not an expert. I am not a yoga instructor, okay? I'm not Yoga with Adriene or one of these professionals, but I do yoga on my own time, and it's something that really helps me. So now I'm here to kind of share that all with you guys. And my cat Boo wants to be in the tutorial too.
So we're going to start off with a stretch that is perfect for the morning. You're going to raise your arms, make sure you inhale, and just reach high to the sky, as high as you can. Now you're going to exhale and release your arms down. Inhale, raise them right back up. Exhale again. We're going to do one more reach up high to the sky. Make sure you're reaching as high as you can. Exhaling down, we're going to go down into our forward fold and just hang here. Feel free to bend your legs if your legs are a bit tight. Mine can be in the morning when I wake up. Now you're going to place your hands flat on the mat and step back into plank. And then we're just going to go into upward facing dog. Since we are in our first upward facing dog position, I just like to take some time to stretch out my neck. Then curl your toes under and push back into downward facing dog. Feel free to take a moment here and just simply stretch out your legs. Usually in the first downward facing dog pose you do, your legs can be a bit tight, so it's important that you try to stretch them out. Now here you can either push or roll yourself into plank, and then we're going to go into our upward facing dog. Curl your toes under and push yourself into downward facing dog. Try to push your weight back towards your heels. You should feel a nice stretch in the back of your legs. Now we're going to roll into our plank, step or jump to the top of the mat, forward fold, and then we're going to inhale, go up halfway, exhale back down to your forward fold, place your hands on the mat and go back into plank. Inhale and go into upward facing dog. Exhaling, we're going to push ourselves back into downward facing dog. At this point, it should be much easier to push your weight back towards your heels and get that nice stretch in. Now we're just going to lift our right leg up to the ceiling. And try to really feel that stretch there. Then bring your leg in between your palms, release your back leg down to the mat, and then raise your arms high to the sky. Fun fact, the stretch is really helpful if you're trying to learn how to do the splits. This was always my go-to stretch for that. Now you're just going to push your weight up into Warrior One, try to balance yourself, and we're just going to stay in this position for a bit. Now gently release your back leg down to the mat, gently, and now you're going to shift your weight back and get a nice stretch in your right leg. Now we're going to shift our weight forward, curl our toes under, and push yourself back into downward facing dog. Now you're going to roll yourself back into plank and down into upward facing dog. Make sure you're breathing. Exhale, push yourself back into downward facing dog. Now we're going to raise our left leg to the ceiling, and we're just going to hold this for a bit. Now you're going to bring your left leg in between your hands and drop your right knee to the mat and raise your arms high up to the ceiling. Really try to push your weight into your hips. Curling your toes under, we're going to push ourselves up into Warrior One. You're going to want to hold it here. Drop your right knee, push your weight back and get a stretch in your left leg. Now we're going to shift our weight forward, and then curl your toes under and push yourself back into downward facing dog. Now you're going to roll yourself into plank, step or jump to the front of your mat, forward fold, lift up halfway, inhale, exhale, forward fold, place your hands on the mat and step back into plank. This next flow will include thread the needle, so place your knees on the mat and put your hands towards the top of the mat, raise your left arm, and slide it right through, and you should feel a nice stretch in your shoulder. When I'm in yoga poses where I can just sit there and relax, not have to worry about anything, I like to think about what my intentions are for the day and what my goals are. I really think this is a great way to kick off your morning. Now we're going to do the same thing on the right arm. Raise it up to the ceiling and slide it through to the other side of the mat. Now I'm just going to adjust myself and curl my toes under and push myself back into downward facing dog. Roll or push yourself into plank and then drop your knees to the ground. Now we're going to work on cat-cow poses. It can look a little silly, but it's a really nice stretch. Try to raise your tailbone. Inhale. And exhale, push down and round your back as much as you can. This is a really nice stretch for the back. It's one of my favorites. Now we're going to do this about 2 more times. And now we're going to push ourselves back into downward facing dog. Now you're going to want to raise your left leg to the ceiling. And then what you're going to do is bend your leg and then twist your hips towards the right. And you should feel a nice stretch in the front of your hips. Now you're going to extend your leg back up to the ceiling. And then bring it in between your palms. Now we're going to push ourselves right up into Warrior One. Try to keep your balance. And then we're going to transition over into Warrior Two. And we're just going to hold this here. Shift yourself over into Warrior One again. Bring your hands down to the mat and and step back into downward facing dog. Now we're going to raise our right leg to the ceiling, bend it forward, and twist your hips towards the left. Now we're going to extend our leg back up to the ceiling, and then bring our leg between our palms, and then bring ourselves up into Warrior One again. Now you're just going to transition into Warrior Two and hold that here. And now we're going to shift over into Warrior One. You should feel a nice burn in your thighs. It's a great way to get up in the morning and fire yourself up. Push yourself back into downward facing dog. Now we're going to roll into plank. Now we're going to shift into a seated position. Try to sit crisscross. Feel free to adjust yourself. And then you're going to take your right arm and stretch it. Try to stretch it as far as you can, and then take your left hand, place it over your head, and bend your head towards your shoulder. You should feel a nice stretch in your neck. Make sure you're breathing. Take a few deep breaths here. And now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Try to extend your left arm as far as you can, and take your right arm and bend your head towards your right shoulder. And that is the end of our morning yoga today. Take this time to just really appreciate yourself for actually having the motivation to get up and do some yoga.
Whew! And that was my first yoga tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope it wasn't too freaking cringy. I will be posting more lifestyle related videos simply because I feel like those are the things that I can speak to the most. I am always cooking, I am always trying to work out and keep myself in shape and healthy, and I think that those are all things that I can show to all of you guys because I found some really effective ways to kind of just keep things together. So expect more videos like this from here forward. Also, if you would like to see more of what I do on a regular basis, follow my Instagram. My Instagram is Chandler.Keys. I am also on Twitter as well. I'm not really uploading too much on there, but you can follow me at ChandlerKeys. Please click the subscribe button and hit the like button. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I will see you guys in a couple weeks. Happy yoga. Have a good day. I don't know how to close this.